guys, welcome back to my channel. In this layout I am going to do sketch number 9 from day 9. I am a little behind, and I am going to show you how to do stamp pad painting. This is a technique that I learned from Kelly Baxter, and I will be sharing her the link to that video in the comments below. So I am only going to do a couple because I've already done that. I'm kind of doing the Martha Stewart thing where you show a technique and then you voila, it's complete. So this weird looking thing is, this is supposed to be tape, and to be quite honest, I got it from Close to My Heart, which I consultant, but it's been a little wonky, so I am using some old washi tape for this technique. So I am making narrow strips. In the video that Kelly did, she made wider strips, but I'll show you how to do that. And I'm going to move my Versamat, and I'm going to use my mess mat because this is a messy project. But it's kind of fun, and it doesn't have to be perfect. To be quite honest, I did this 3 or 4 times, and I actually set it aside and wasn't going to do it because I didn't like how it looked, but it kind of grew on me. So I'm starting with my darkest color. I'm starting in the middle. I am opening up my stamp pad, and I am simply going to take it and I'm going to run it across my paper. Then I'm going to pick it up. I'm going to reposition this paper. Even though it looks bad, it is working, so I'm kind of relieved with that. And then the colors that I'm using are Scarlet, Desert Rose, and Toffee. So that one I use the Scarlet. The next I am going to use Toffee, and once again I'm just opening up my stamp pad. If you're worried at all that it's going to get contaminate your ink, you could put something down like this, but you kind of want to get a running start. So I'm overlapping, that's why I'm on my mess pad, and I keep it down, and then because where you don't want it to be. All right, and I'm going to do that again because it wasn't dark enough, and I'm going to do it again because it still wasn't dark enough. Okay, so I'm going to take this up, and so you get the idea. So that's how I made, and then I'm moving, each time I'm moving my washi tape over. If you're using washi tape instead of this low-tack tape, I put it on my hand, and that way it comes up even, because it can pull up paper, but even if it does pull up the paper, this is a very organic type of feel, so it doesn't have to be perfect. So this is how I created the base of my page, and I'll show you, just like Martha Stewart, she shows you how to make the cake, and then she pulls it out of the pan, and it's already decorated. That's kind of what I'm doing here. So this is how I created the base page for this layout. So I will show you what the base page looks like, and I hope I remember how I did this. So on the base page of this, the sketch, let me show you the sketch. So this is the sketch that I'm using today, and you can see that they have used mixed media on theirs, and so that's what I'm going to do. They have a stitched line around the edge, and they have theirs kind of cattywampus. I guess I could do cattywampus as well. I don't think I'm going to do cattywampus because I trimmed mine down a little. I changed the size of the pictures I was going to use. If I had it to do over again, I say that a lot, don't I? If I had it to do over again, I would probably just keep it at this page that I created, the paint, this stamp pad painting. I would probably leave that at 11 by 11, but I didn't. So, all right, so the next thing that I'm going to do is, let's pretend I continued that method and I made this whole piece of paper, which I did. So the next thing I'm going to do is I am going to create fake stitching all the way around my white page. So there's a couple ways that you can do that. You could just draw a straight line if you were that talented kind of person. I'm not that talented person, and because I want to impress you guys on how, I don't know, I want to impress you guys. So I'm going to use a ruler, which I have to say, I usually don't use a ruler. I just usually eyeball it. But since we're, you know, my channel's new and we're kind of on a honeymoon here, and so I want you to think that I'm just the most careful person in the world. So I'm just going to go ahead and put stitch lines around. Even though I have a ruler, I'm not being super careful because I am pretty random. For those of you who know me, know that's true. And those of you that don't know me yet, you'll find out that's true. Okay, so I'm going to twirl this around. And it has a little bit of the stamp pad method. It gets everywhere. It's pretty messy. When I did this original page a couple days ago, I had ink everywhere, all the way up my arm. So, okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and do that. And every day I'm learning something new with Facebook, and I now know where to put the links. So I will link my website if you want to buy any of these materials. I'll tell you what colors I used. So the colors that I used for the ink pad painting, I used Toffee, Desert Rose, and Scarlet, and I really like the combination. To be quite honest, I made this and then I didn't like it and I let it set for a few days, but it kind of grew on me. So, and it really is a perfect match for this layout. So I'm going to cut this down a little bit. Maybe we can see, so you can see the layout that I'm working on. Okay. And if I figure out, I did get an editing for there's a free edit program, so I'm going to try that out. And so I might be able to cut all this unnecessary things out, and that would be great. Okay, so I am going to go ahead and glue, now that I'm looking at let's see if we can see that. You can kind of see that. Well, okay. So I created, all right. So these pictures were taken recently when my younger daughter was over, and my older daughter had a little kids event where for Valentine's Day, and all the parents got to go and on a date, and she watched their kids and did fun activities for them. So this was created with the Cricut. I just put in Polaroid photo frame, and this one came up, and it's really cute. And the picture is a 4x4. I printed this picture myself, very proud. And I also, you cannot see, but I went around the mink just to have it stand out a little bit, because this is a lot of white, but I think it works. And if you have a light color and you want something to just stand out a little bit, you could put it. But before I commit, I'm going to put these others down and see if I like it. So I have these. This is also a Cricut cut. I put in postage stamp frame, and I increased it. The same thing with this. So I knew my pictures wouldn't be 4x4, so I went on the Cricut and I made the opening 4x4 because that was important to me. And these are 2x2, and I do have a short video. If you have an Android like me, and you can't do all the really cool Apple apps, I do have a video on these. I used Project Life to print these and I used my Epson 400 PM, which I love. My friend actually brought it to a crop and let me try hers out, and I've been sold ever since. So I wanted to show you how this. So this is a 2x2 picture that I printed on my So these two, this was a 4x6, and I printed these pictures together. And then I had another one that I printed, and so I had all these pictures. Basically, I printed this for the cost of one photo, one 4x6 photo. So this is how they go together, and I'm going to put the frame on. I love this because it gives it a little dimension. And so I will try to, I've never shared a Cricut Design Space file, but I will share this one if you're interested, and because it's great fun. This is a great way if you have a lot of small pictures. I thought about looping this and putting like a little tack in it so that it looks like it's hanging on a picture frame, but I thought that might be a little bit too busy. Because I have white here, I think I'm going to hang these off like this. And I will show you, this is a stamp set that I'll show you the stamp set I did. So this is a stamp, it's an old one. I did stamp surgery, so I cut these apart because I wanted sisters, and I stamped it on there. And this is an old, close to my heart set. It was called, it's C1640, so you might have that in your stash. I lose a lot of things, and so those are flowers. This is also a thin cut that I had from probably several years back. I love it when I use my stash. And that's the thin cut. You might have that one in your stash as well. And I also used this as my, and then I just stamped sisters in that. So that's the product I used. So I'm going to go ahead and put this down. Yep. This is such, so can, by looking at this picture, can you tell which one's the youngest and which one's the oldest? Which one is pestering the other one? So I will journal on this, and I'm going to put, I think I'll put this, okay, this is where I get in trouble. I'm trying to remember that you want things to overlap, but I still want you to know that that's love. So should I put it over there like that? I think so. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to commit and put these down. This is a very fast layout. And I'm going to put the journaling story, and the journaling that I'll put is, it doesn't matter how tall you get, you will always be my little sister. So that kind of gives away who's the oldest and who's the youngest there. Okay, I'm going to put that right there. I am going to embellish with, where did I have that? What do you think? So they have, in this, they have it more straight. I think I'm going to have it off there like that. I could put it there. What do you think? Okay. I'm going to just commit, and I can always change my mind because I'm using adhesive. And the mess mat is great because I don't have to break out the little teeny tiny fine tipped glue. I'll just, and on this one I actually just took a little bit of ink and made that. Okay, so I'm gonna play with a little bit more because I do want to see. Okay. And then I have a few little, so this came with, Close My Heart is having a special Valentine's. It's called Love Notes, and these are the puffy stickers that go with it. And there is, you can't see it very well, but I hope I'm not making it so that you can't see it like yesterday. So I'm going to go ahead and put a puffy heart right here. I'll show you these. They're so cute. If you don't have, there. there. And I need the rule of 3. I think, yeah, I have pink. I think I'm going to do, it's kind of hard when they've got stick on them. I don't like that. That red doesn't really match. I like this red a little bit better. It's actually matches a little bit better. Clustering is my nemesis. Okay. At the risk of, okay, and maybe one right there. Okay. All right. So that, I'm going to call this one done, and hopefully, who knows, I might actually catch up. And so this is my 4th layout in February, and it's only the 12th, so I'm only 8 days behind. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you would like, please give me a like and a subscribe, and I'll see you tomorrow, and we'll see what day I do and what I come up with. Talk to you later. Thanks. Bye.